Hey YouTube, A Warnersbach here. I'm here with my 5-week VSG update, but it's going to be a little bit different today because sleeviee tagged me to do the 14 questions that everybody's doing, the weight loss questions. And so that's going to be most of my video. I will tell you my weight though. My pre-op diet weight was 312. My surgery weight was 296.6. And today, 5 weeks post-op VSG, I am 272.8. Which I feel like is pretty good progress. Okay, here's my 14 questions that sleeviee tagged me to do. Number 1. When did you start gaining weight? I started gaining weight in 2006. My dad had passed away November 2005, and I got pregnant with my ex-boyfriend, who is now my husband, in March 2006. I moved out from my mom's house into a friend's house, and I remember the moment, or the night, that I turned to food. I remember it like it was yesterday. I don't remember the date, but I remember thinking, my dad's dead. My son is never going to know his granddad. I'm not married, and it was kind of like a blow to the family. And not only was I not married, but we had recently broken up, actually. The week before my dad died, my now husband had just broken up with me. And we had been dating for a little over a year. We did get married in 2007. Anyways, off topic. But I remember thinking those things, and I began to get depressed, and I thought, I'm going to make brownies. And I ate the entire pan. And the feeling of satisfaction that it gave me was nothing like I had felt before, and I was sucked in from that moment. And I remember my roommate coming home and being like, oh, you made brownies. Oh, you ate all the brownies. And I was a little bit embarrassed, but then I just chalked it up to being pregnant and being like, oh, it was just so good. And I had been sick, and it's the only thing that would go down, whatever. And I was trapped from that moment. I remember getting the satisfaction. Number 2, what was your heaviest weight? 316 in November 2014. I didn't know I was that heavy because my scale said that I was like in the low 290s, and I remember thinking, I've been in the 290s before and I've never worn a size 24. Like, what's happening to me? And I was in a diet bet with my brothers, both of my brothers and their wives, and we were, it was like a 3-month challenge to who could lose the most weight. And so my husband and I went to Bed Bath & Beyond to get a different scale, and I remember thinking, all of these scales are wrong. Like, I stepped on 6 scales, and they all said I was like 310, and I had already lost like 6 pounds by then. So I felt really frustrated that all these scales were wrong, and then it hit me that since all of those scales said the same thing, it's most likely my scale that was wrong. And I found out that day that I was in the 300s, and that is why I was wearing a size 24. But I didn't even know I was that heavy, but then I realized I was. Number 3, what diets have you been on? Weight Watchers, mostly. I did juicing for a while, for about 3 weeks, and then I think I got pregnant with my daughter. Or I had 2 miscarriages. I forget which pregnancy. I got pregnant with one of them. Around the same time. And my own food restrictions, I don't really follow a plan. I just say, okay, I'm going to watch what I'm eating in portions, but then I gain it back. Number 4, what is your goal weight or size? My goal weight is a weight. It's 170. I can see myself going down to 160 and maybe even 150. I plan on not going any lower than 150. I think because of my natural athletic build and large bone structure that Much less than that doesn't look real good on me. I'm a little bit wider in the hips. So I think it makes me look just too thin. Number 5. What was your favorite food? Poppy seed chicken that my husband makes. My mom also made it growing up, and I asked for it for my birthday a couple years ago, and he made it, and it was delicious. It's like one of my favorites. I eat that over brown rice and chocolate cake, all food, like everything. Let's see. What is your favorite food now? My go-to favorite food now is string cheese. My phone started. Okay. It's string cheese. I also like the boneless, skinless chicken, and I just fry it in a pan with like lemon pepper, or I dip it in hot sauce. I get the chicken tenderloins though instead of the breast because I can't eat very much. And watermelon, which I think sleeviee also mentioned watermelon, and that is good. I've only had it a couple times this summer, but it's the season and it's great. What foods do you refuse to give up? Hard-shelled chicken tacos or chicken nachos? Apparently I really like chicken because chicken is in all 3 of my answers. So apparently I refuse to give up chicken. I have a really good Mexican restaurant that's down the street from my house, and they're amazing. They make the best nachos ever. And I can't wait to eat them again. Number 8. How do you reward your accomplishments? I don't really reward myself other than maybe buying new clothes or new clothes to me. I like to go to like the thrift stores or consignment shops because I don't want to spend a lot of money on a size that I don't feel like I'm going to be at for very long. Or like I'll go to Old Navy because they have decent prices, especially like when they're on sale. So yeah, I know that later I'm going to reward myself with a new bathing suit soon because I like bathing suits. And I'm going to Florida in August, and my husband's family is coming over from Germany, and they haven't seen me in a while, so I would like a new bathing suit that's flattering and actually fits because they're getting bigger. That's how I reward myself. Shopping. Transfer addiction. Number 9. What will you do when you hit your goal weight? Tell everybody. Announce it on Facebook. Take a picture of the scale and like post it on Instagram probably. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe write thank you cards to those who supported me. I don't really have much to say about when I get there. I have a lot more to say about what I'm going to do along the way, such as like there's a place in Georgia where they go ziplining, or people can, I don't know who they are, but people go ziplining, and I think the weight limit is 250, so I told my husband like when I reach maybe 240, maybe we can go ziplining together. And so maybe do that again. It depends on what time of the year it is. Considering I don't know how long it's going to take me to get to goal, I don't know what I'm going to be doing at that time. Like, what's the weather going to be like? I don't know. But I'd probably just tell everybody. Maybe write thank you notes and also include, like, now help me stay on track. Number 10. What diets are you following now? It's like Atkins. It's high protein, low carb. It's what most sleeved people follow. 11. What is your favorite body part? I had a hard time answering this. And I realized that there isn't a lot about me that I actually like, which is a problem because I should like myself. I like my personality. I like that I have confidence, and I think I'm fairly funny. But as far as my physical appearance, there's not a lot. So after much thought, I think that I have to settle on my waist because my waist is narrower, and so it gives me an hourglass figure. So no, like I feel like my body's very proportionate. So I guess to go along with that, I would have to say my hips, because if I wasn't so wide, then it wouldn't just, like I have an hourglass figure. So even at the weight that I am now, I feel like I'm somewhat attractive, or not even attractive, but like not unattractive. Like, I can be kind of cute if I dress the part because I still have a figure even though I'm like in the 270s. Number 12. What are your non-scale goals? I don't really have any non-scale goals. My goal is a scale number. Other than just to like be more active with my family and live longer for my family, be here for my family, go on field trips and have my kids' friends not make fun of me for being fat or make fun of them for having an obese mom. I was terrible as a kid. Like, I remember there was these girls in my class and they were like super thin and their parents were obese, and I remember like joking around with my friends like, oh, they're so tiny because their parents eat all their food, and like that was awful. Like, and I feel like karma's come back to bite me because my kids are really skinny and I'm like huge. So okay, I'm not huge, but I'm a lot bigger than other first graders. Number 13. What makes losing weight hard for you? In the past, it's been because when I hit a stall, I get frustrated. Like, if it's 3 weeks or more, I get really frustrated, and I think if I'm going to be the same or gain weight anyways, I might as well just eat what I want to eat. Like, why would I restrict myself if I'm just going to stay the same? Which is terrible thinking. Which is why the sleeve helps me get over that hump, because I can't just binge eat because I'm frustrated. Also because in America, or at least in my lifestyle, food is very social. So when I go out with friends, it's usually to breakfast or lunch or dinner, or I have people over and I cook for them, or we're going out for coffee. A lot of the social gatherings are surrounded by food, or food has a part of it. So it's hard to stick to a diet when others aren't. When that's like your lifestyle is to go out and eat. But my mindset has changed since the sleep. Also, when I am lonely or when I feel like I'm getting blue, I turn to like sweets, like chocolate. Thank goodness for sugar-free chocolate, like sugar-free pudding, because I ate that way before my surgery because I could eat a lot of it and not have it be as damaging. Let's see. 14, the last one. Would you consider weight loss surgery again? Yes. Obviously, I've considered it because I had it. Would I consider it again? Yes. I would not necessarily recommend it to everybody. My sister asked me that not too long ago if I would recommend it now to others, and I just don't think that it's for everybody. I would tell them my story, but I don't think that everybody should just go get their stomach cut out. I think that it was the right decision for me at the time. Others say that they should have done it a long time ago. I feel like it was good for me to struggle the amount of time that I did, but of course I'm only 29, and I only gained weight when I got pregnant with my son at 20. So, I mean, I've been overweight for like 9 years. So, I think it was good for me to struggle and have empathy for those others that are struggling. If somebody was considering weight loss surgery, I would definitely say that it was good for me, and I would tell them my own story. But I don't want to talk anybody into getting weight loss surgery, because this is a real lifetime commitment. It has worked for me, and I would do it again in a heartbeat, but it's not for everyone. You really have to stick to the plans, and I know plenty of stories where people lose weight and then gain it back, even after their skin removal surgeries. So I feel like that's a lot of money and time and effort to lose weight just to go back to where you were. Anyways, this video is almost 15 minutes. That's my week 5. Thanks, sleeviee, for nominating me. I guess I'm supposed to nominate somebody. I don't know who's all done it, but I guess I'll nominate Ginger VSG. I don't know if she's done one before. I don't know. And maybe Clusie. She's one of my favorites. Okay, YouTube. Bye.